And now the Hansons and Hiatus podcast with Nate and Alexis.
Happy Friday, fuckers. It is episode 104 of the Hansons on Hiatus podcast. I'm your host, Nate, and this is my wife, Alexis.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
And don't forget to support the podcast. buymeacoffee.com/Hansons on Hiatus. You can buy us some virtual beers.
We will drink them.
And we sure did this weekend because it was Alexis's birthday.
We drank a lot of beers.
Yes, and we wanted to thank everybody for the virtual beers, whether it was for the podcast or for your birthday. Yes. Christina bought us 4 beers. Aaron bought 3 beers. Nancy and Miguel got you 1 beer. Jen got you 3 beers. Kathleen got you a beer. Charlotte and Jonathan got you 2 beers. Nikki D bought you 10 beers.
Woo!
Nikki D.
Nikki D.
And Jose from eponatl.com bought you 20 beers.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and I think we did drink about 40 beers this weekend. So
we may have.
Yeah.
I don't know if I did, but maybe you
yeah,
did.
maybe. I mean, both of us together.
Yes. Thank
Yeah.
you so much, everyone, for all the birthday wishes and the beers. Oh, my gosh. Love it. Love you guys. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
Appreciate it.
But if you'd also like to support the podcast, you can become a monthly Fucky supporter. Yes. And you can be a little fucky for $1 a month. You can be a medium fucky for $5 a month, or you can be a big old fucky for $10 a month.
Right? It's easy. It's less than like a Starbucks.
It is super easy. You just go to hansonsonhiatus.com. We got all of our links there. You can buy us a one-off virtual beer. Mm-hmm. You can do the monthly fucky supporter. We got our merch store with a bunch of different merchandise designs, whether it's for the podcast or pugs or cats or holidays, drinking, smoking, being a little fucky,
all the stuff,
yeah,
all the fun stuff,
and all the links, of course, to the podcast. If you enjoy the show and you like what we're doing and you want to share it with your friends and family, really appreciate it.
Yes,
so
we appreciate you.
And you would like, follow, share, subscribe, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, iTunes, YouTube Music at Hansons on Hiatus.
We be there.
We be there. We be everywhere.
We're there.
Yeah. So this weekend, as we spoke about last episode, went to Mexico City for your birthday.
We did.
The big 2-1.
Yes.
Plus 20.
I love everyone kept, you're celebrating 25, 21, 29. I'm like, sure, that's great.
Yeah. Whatever you think.
Whatever you want. That's wonderful.
Yes. But yeah, so we'll kind of just go over what we did and different things we experienced there.
We did so much. It was a whirlwind.
Yeah.
We usually do.
We were Friday to Tuesday, so we got about 3 full days there.
Yes.
Yeah, and one of the first things that we had written down that you, I think this was you, boomers and adults on planes do not understand the use of headphones.
Nope.
What does that mean?
I was sitting, we weren't together for some reason.
It was the first time ever where usually we don't buy our seats because generally if you book your tickets together, they just seat you together anyway.
Yeah,
so we
never had a problem.
Yeah, this is the first time they sat us apart. At least we were both in not middle rows though.
Yeah, I was on an aisle. Did you have a window?
I had a window, you had an aisle.
You always get the window. I don't know how. I want the window.
I'm husky.
You should want the aisle. I'm a tiny person. I should want the window.
I want to be able to lean against the window because I don't have as much room. If I can't lean into the aisle because then the cart hits you. Haven't you seen Wedding Singer?
Yeah. I was like, is that what you're thinking?
Julia Gulia. My elbows get hit by the drink cart.
I've never been hit by the cart, but I will tell you the flight attendant ladies' butts are always in my face.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe I'm just at that level, but I always turn around and they're right there.
Yeah, well, it's a Mexican airline, so yeah, no. We got them big booty hoes.
Oh, I'm thinking short people.
Oh, no.
But yeah, so I'm sitting there. We're getting ready to land. And then for some reason, everyone thought it's okay to just listen without your headphones. So I'm looking around and it's all people our parents' age that are just like checking voice messages, listening to music and watching videos out loud. It's not that big of a deal. But if it was someone my age or younger, they'd be like, what the fuck are they doing? Put some headphones in.
It depends on the age and the demographic, because I will say in Atlanta, there was always people on the MARTA that didn't like to use headphones.
True. The MARTA, I don't mind it so much. It's noisy anyway, so whatever.
Yeah, the plane is weird. Well, it's weird that the adults would be doing that, because I would think maybe if they are a little bit older and they have a trouble hearing that they would want to use headphones.
Right.
But I don't know. Maybe they don't give them free on Viva Aerobus, so
No.
maybe that's why.
No one gives them out free anymore.
Yeah,
And they suck.
our next observation, I think it should be illegal in any country to not provide water and bathrooms in the airport and on the plane.
Agreed.
Yeah.
You should, especially in warmer climates.
Yeah.
I think you should worry about my hydration. And what if I pass out because I'm dehydrated?
Yeah. For some reason, Cancun's like one of the biggest tourist airports in the world.
Yeah.
And they don't have those water refilling stations, which I know they sell water there, but I shouldn't. If you are locking me into this building, like security wise, for a few hours, and then a few hours on the plane, they should have to provide you drinking water.
Yeah.
Like
I went and bought a water, and it was like $10.
Yeah, which we know that's how much things are at the airport.
I get
but
it.
like essentials, like not like nobody has bathrooms or anything, but I'm saying like essentials to live, bathrooms and water for at least a few hours should be included.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like
I agree.
I don't get it.
I don't get it either. Just give me a little tiny bottle on the plane. You know, I know my ticket was cheap, but come on.
Yeah, well, not even. And yes, the plane, I agree, but you know, we flew a budget airline, but in the airport, I mean, come on, like you have to
fill-in station.
Have a fill-in station, right? Jeez, come on, get out of here.
Maybe Mexico, it's hard because they can't, filter from the tap.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, yeah, they would have to pay for potable water, which isn't that expensive, but I guess there's so many people going through, they're probably like, that adds up.
True.
We'll just sell it for $10.
We answered our own question. They're like, we can't make money off it, and it costs us money. So no.
But and then it cuts down on trash. Trash,
yeah.
I guess. Yeah, I was going to say
plastic
recycles.
and all that.
Yeah, plastics.
I agree.
Let's see what else. You said, this was yours. No one knows how to wait in line or deplane row by row.
No.
When have you ever experienced that? I mean, I have.
I feel like back in the day, and sometimes when we fly to Iowa, people stand up and they're a little bit nicer. But the last few planes we've been on, people are literally rushing up and pushing women and children and old people out of the way. Yeah. Where are you going?
The same thing happens on buses. Like, I don't understand why you think you're more important than anybody else.
Yeah.
It's like your seat is rows behind. It's not like I'm taking my sweet time and I'm letting you go through.
Right.
There's nowhere to go. The door isn't open yet.
Exactly.
I don't get it. The only time, so this is surprising to me actually, because the only time that I've experienced the row by row thing was coming back from Spain. Was it? Italy. I had a layover in Italy coming back from, I think when I went to Egypt. And when we landed in the US, everybody just started jumping up and the lady goes, No. Everybody sit back down. We're doing this row by row.
Oh, nice.
So she did it like that. And when the first few times I flew domestically in Mexico, that's how it went. Everybody sat down. They went rows by 3 rows, and they would deboard from the back of the plane and the front of the plane. And it went towards the middle. And it's always been like that. So this is one of the first few times I've flown in Mexico where everybody jumped up and stood there.
I would just feel silly standing up and pushing in front of somebody else while they're still sitting there. Even when we were deplaning and other people were still in rows, just, I don't know what they were doing, hanging out with their kids or just waiting till everybody filtered out. I was still hesitant. I was like, Art, do you want to go? And some people would go. I'm like, there you go.
Yeah.
You are in front of me. You should be able to go. It doesn't make sense.
No.
It doesn't.
No. So, that is super insane.
Stop doing that, people.
Exactly. So there's 3, I think we maybe talked about this last time, in Mexico City. There's 3 airports. There's one like in Mexico City. There is one in Toluca, which is like about 40 minutes west. Like kind of a sister town.
We've been there.
We flew in that one last time. And then there's one, what is it called? Felipe Angeles or something. Yeah, it's north of Mexico City. Mm-hmm. So it's like about 45, depending on the traffic.
Hour.
So we're like, okay, we'll figure. Like, I kind of looked ahead of time. I knew they didn't have Uber, but I'm like, there has to be buses or taxis or there's this other service that's kind of like Uber in Mexico called Didi. I'm like, there has to be something like that.
Yeah.
And so we're like, we got to get into the city from there. So we go and we what did we do? We went to like where all the bus terminals are. There's like 20 different bus lines that come out of this airport.
I had no idea. It wasn't just the ADO. It was every kind of bus name. I don't know.
Yeah. And we went to all of them, and none of them were leaving. Like, of course, we always land like, we landed at like 1, and all the buses left either at 1 or 2:30.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't want to sit here for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So we're walking all over the place we tried to call an Uber, but it was like it could come right outside the airport, but there wasn't a way for us to get outside of the airport.
Yeah, it was like the opposite side of where you depart from. So
and they have a train there, but it's not open yet apparently.
Yes.
It's supposed to be open in July.
Yep.
So yeah.
I didn't see any parts of a train, so I don't know how they're going to open in July, but good luck. I hope so.
we did find another bus, and it was super cheap. It's like kind of a city bus ish, or like a tram or whatever. We're like, okay, let's just get out of the airport area, and then we can call an Uber or whatever. We could also take it all the way to where we were going, but it's going to take 2 hours.
Yeah, take a little bit.
So it was 20 pesos, so about $1. To get on the train, and so we would have had to switch like trains 3 times. So I was like, let's just go to the first one, get off, and then order an Uber from there.
Yeah.
So, and we asked for about the taxis. What was it, like $50-$60 or something?
Expensive.
So we do this. We ride the train. We get, and of course, the card machine wasn't working, so we missed that first bus.
Yeah.
And then we got the next one. Got out to where we we're going. So I tried to call Uber. I can't remember. It was like, it was just like a lot more, even though it wasn't expensive. It was $25 for an Uber for an hour and a half ride.
Yeah.
But Didi was $12 or about 240 pesos or something like that.
Seems wrong.
Yeah.
It seems like we're stealing from them.
I know. And gas is not cheap here.
No.
Like I did the conversion, because it's in liters. I think it's like 25 pesos a liter. So like $1.20 or something like that. $1.25. Which comes out to about $4.42 for a liter or for a gallon of gas here.
Wow.
So gas isn't cheaper where we're like, oh, that's why all the Ubers are cheaper. I don't know. Are they just scamming us in the U.S.? Like, I don't know. But fucking an hour and a half ride for $12. We tipped him like $8. Like we're like $20 for an hour and a half ride. That is good. He's probably like, what the fuck?
I was tipping 100% on all my Uber rides.
Yeah.
Like, what?
But yeah, so if you do ever fly into Mexico City, and want to fly in, the other airports are cheaper. That's why we fly into them, because the taxes are cheaper. So you can get a flight for half the price. We paid like $75 round trip there and back.
Yeah. That's a great deal.
Everything included, to go to Mexico City, which is like 2.5 hours away from us.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we couldn't go anywhere else for you, brother. We looked at going to other places. We wanted to go to Atlanta. It was like $500, $500 a person.
Yeah.
Like
a person.
Yeah. Every one of them.
Terrible.
Yeah.
I'll take the $78 flight.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah,
God.
Ubers are cheap in Mexico City. Every place we went, it was like, I don't know, 15, 20-minute ride, $5.
Yeah. That's
$6.
how it should be.
Yeah.
And these taxis are out here charging $30 for like a 15-minute ride.
Yeah, it's insane.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. But one of the things you have to do in Mexico City is go to a lucha libre match.
Have to.
Yes, it is the best time.
This is our second time, and we had an amazing time.
Even if you're not like a professional wrestling fan, which we are not, it's a party. It has everything. It has girls dancing. It has grandpa wrestlers.
Yes.
It has midget wrestlers.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Costumes, giant beers. I mean, it is just a party.
It is a party. And didn't we find out that the midget wrestlers, that he was like 50-some years old?
Oh, yeah. He's like a legend. Was it Monito or something?
Monito.
Yeah.
He's like 57. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, you'd never know because he's never been demasked or whatever.
That's great. They were throwing him around like a child.
I
like
know.
He was a little baby.
Yeah, 50-some, more power to him. That was great. My only complaint, though, is the food vendors are always in our way. They're always walking around.
Always.
They're like bending over, picking up beers, giving them snack, which is totally fine. But it's always the longest time for some reason.
Oh, yeah.
And like blocking the whole match for me.
We're always like, get out of the way. We already bought stuff. Go away.
But there was one girl who was not entertained. She was sleeping.
Oh my gosh. I don't know how you fell asleep during all that.
Right? How do you fall asleep with all these sweaty mans in your face?
Oh my gosh.
There's so much testosterone in this place. I mean, even the armrests are shaped like dicks.
I can't believe we didn't realize that the first time.
No, yeah, I was just looking at it, and it was really fun because we met up with a lot of our friends from Playa del Carmen.
Yes,
they were on a trip they had been to, was it Colombia?
Colombia. First,
yeah, they went to Colombia for a few weeks, and then they were in Mexico City for like 3 weeks, and they were leaving like the next day. So we all went to the wrestling match together, and it was so fun.
It was so much fun. We're all looking down at the handles like, what the? Hello.
Yeah, and we got masks. You know, like the wrestling masks and everything. They all like had masks. We were trying them on.
So funny.
Yeah, super fun. But so yeah, we did that, and then we check into our hotel. So we stayed in this hotel that we stayed in last year for the first 2 nights while we were here, and then we're switching to this other hotel that we had stayed in actually 2 or 3 years ago.
Yes.
So the first hotel, just kind of a budget hotel. It was, I think it was like $70 for 2 nights, and then coming out to like $30-$40 a night.
I love it. That's one of my favorite places to stay. It's clean. They have great amenity, like shower and towels and different things.
Yeah, they
hot
don't.
Water.
Yeah, they don't have like a pool or a restaurant or anything like that. Well, I guess there is a restaurant. I don't think it's theirs, but it's right outside.
Right. But it's nice.
It's
in
a
got
good.
the things you need.
It's brand. It seems either brand new or refurbished or whatever. But yeah, the bed's comfy. It's clean. It's just
clean.
Yeah, but so we go there. We check in. And they give us the key, and we're walking to our room, and we're like, "Oh, this is the same room we stayed in last year."
I know. As soon as you
literally the same room.
As soon as you walked up the stairs and turned, I'm like, "Are we in the same room again?" We were.
Yeah. So yeah, if you ever stay in what was it, Hotel Escala?
Escala.
Yeah. If you ever stay in room 105, that stain is from me.
205. 105, 205.
I think it's 205
Okay.
or 105.
And grips.
Yeah. No, it's 105 because it's on the second level, but Planta Baja, first floor. Yeah.
I gotcha.
Yeah. Yes. But yeah, same room. It's so weird. And another thing we noticed in Mexico City is, and also if you want any of these hotel connections or you're going to Mexico City soon, shoot us a message on our Instagram or my Instagram or whatever, and I can give y'all the tips and the hotel contact and everything like that. So, but yeah, one of the other things we really noticed walking around Mexico City is, I don't know why, at least like our 4th time there, I don't remember, they have the biggest fucking palm trees I've ever seen in my life.
The biggest. They're like redwood trees, but palm trees.
Yeah.
I don't understand, unless we just weren't in that area very much where we saw them, but we just dead stopped and we're like, what the hell? I've never seen a palm tree that big.
No. Yeah. And it's weird because Mexico City, if you're familiar with the geography of Mexico, is not on the ocean.
No.
It's in the middle of the country. It's in 7,000 feet elevation. By the way, if you have altitude problems, start taking medicine early because we experienced that a little bit there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Both times we went there.
Yeah. It was you just feel kind of like a little dizzy. Also, we drank like 10 beers right when we got there and then slept. So that probably wasn't good. But
I don't think we hydrated well.
But yeah, so like it's really high elevation. It's drier. It's cool. There's just
nothing tropical about it.
No, but the massive palm trees. And did you look that up? I thought
they brought them in. It's our tour told us they brought them in like 1950 because the architect or designer for the city or that part of the city,
that neighborhood,
wanted
it was like Condesa or something.
Yeah, to give it like a boheme kind of California feel. So that's why they have those huge long rows of palm trees. But I don't think anything else looks California boheme kind of esque. I don't know.
Well, I think it's the architecture.
Yeah.
And we're not big architecture people, I guess.
I like to look at it.
I do too.
I
I just couldn't tell you. You're like, oh, well, that's a California chic.
Yeah.
I don't know.
A boheme.
Yeah. What else do we do? We met up with our friend Victor.
Yes.
That works at La Roma Brewing, which is a great brewery there.
Great brewery, great food, great beers, great people.
And we met up with him at the Hercules Brewing place.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he's a super cool dude. So if you ever go to La Roma, go tell him hi from us. He used to actually work at a bar or a beer bar here in Playa del Carmen. So to go to a city of 22 million people, and run into your friend is pretty crazy.
It's
so,
pretty crazy. Now we go see him every time we go.
And let's see what else. Oh, so that was Friday basically.
Yeah.
Saturday, the day before your birthday was Sunday. We just did some brewery hopping.
Yeah.
We were still trying to recover from the night before and from the altitude sickness.
Yeah. I'm glad we didn't plan much that day. Just pop around.
Yeah,
And
and that's the day we were talking about hiking the volcano. So update, we did not do that.
Yes.
Yeah. We found out the hike's a little too hard, and we just kind of wanted to even just see the volcano, but from a distance with like the smoke coming out. But it's hard to tell if it's going to be cloudy or not that day, and then it's covering the mountain or the volcano, and we didn't really want to take a bus like 3 hours and not see a volcano. So
I'm glad we decided. I think that can be a whole separate trip.
Yeah.
Volcano and Puebla and those other couple cities
and
we
that,
found.
and that's what we talked about doing, was going to Puebla, just in case we couldn't see it, then we'd have other things to do, and going to Cholula and seeing like the largest pyramid in the world. It's the oldest inhabited city in, I don't know if it's the Western Hemisphere or in the Americas or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been inhabited since like, what was it, like 9,000 BC or 900 BC? I don't know. Yeah. So yeah, we're going to do that next time, but we did not do that. We just did a little bit brewery hopping.
Sightseeing.
Yeah, smoking in the park.
Yeah.
Our buddy Jeremy hooked us up with some joints.
Yes, thank you, Jeremy.
What else did we do? Oh, and then that Saturday night we went to the Texas barbecue place.
Oh my God. I'm still dreaming about that food.
It was so good.
It was so good. I know we were hungry and probably a little tipsy, but it was delicious.
Yeah. So if you're in Mexico City, the place is called All Wood. Like, it's all good. It's all wood.
I get it perfect.
Yeah. And it's like you're walking into Texas.
Yeah.
Everything is like kind of has Texas like neon signs. It's wood themed. They're playing country music, and the barbecue was amazing. I think we got a platter for 2 people for like 500 pesos, so like $25.
Oh my God, it was so good. There was so much food. Like, we had to take some with us.
Yeah.
It was delicious.
It was amazing.
Oh my God.
So what else did we do? Oh, so that was Friday or Saturday, basically. Just kind of bar hopping, drinking some beers, recovering.
Yeah.
But then we went for your birthday.
Yes.
This was the powerhouse day.
Oh yeah, this was get ready, be rested, get ready to go.
Yeah, I didn't know if we were gonna make it.
I did.
We had a lot planned.
That's why I kept saying to you, you're like, oh, we'll just do this and this and this and this and this and then dinner. I'm like, I'm gonna die before I turn 41.
Yeah, we let's see. Oh, so we started off the day and we were going to Xochimilco.
Yes.
And we talked about that last episode, but if you didn't hear, it's basically this area in the southern part of Mexico City, and it is how they used to do their farming. And what are those things called? Chinapas?
I forget.
Chihuahua man?
Chinampas?
Yeah, I think it's Chinapa. They're like floating gardens, basically. So the Aztec dug out all these canals, and then they had these kind of like floating garden things where they, did dirt and everything on these. I don't even know how they built them. Probably should look that up.
Yeah,
but,
it's okay.
But they would plant the plants there, and they do that in other countries. Like I think our friend Brandon sent us a video of those things from like,
oh yeah,
was it in Peru or Colombia?
I think when he was in Peru.
Yeah. But yeah, so basically they go between the fields in the trajineras, which are the boats that they go through, and it's kind of like
a gondolier kind of boat.
But it's like why can't I think of the city? What's the European city? Not Rome. Venice.
Venice.
Yeah. Thanks.
Sorry. I was going to say Venice, but I was like,
Yeah. Venice, California?
Yeah.
But it's kind of like Venice, and so like you can like traverse like the canals or whatever.
Yeah.
But Xochimilco has kind of become a little bit more touristy. They still grow a bunch of flowers there and food and stuff like that, but it's not as
produce.
It's not like it used to be, I guess, back in the day.
It's supposed to be the most like the best soil ever, like the richest soil that and they had flowers everywhere. It looked amazing. You can tell that's where they're growing all the shit.
Right. Well, and a lot of the soil is really good because not only did most of Mexico City used to be a riverbed, or I mean a lake bed, but then also it's surrounded by volcanoes, so that volcanic ash soil, I guess. That's kind of nutrients. Yeah, that's how we learned in Jalisco how they made like tequila, like why the blue agave grew so well there is because of the volcanic soil and ash and
I
everything.
think it's that way in Greece too.
Yeah,
for
those
the
the Santorini
vineyards.
wine. Yeah.
Yeah, really
Yeah.
good.
So
Look
let's
at
see.
us learning.
Yeah. Look at us.
Trying to remember.
Yeah. So we order an Uber, and it was like 45 minutes south of us.
Yeah.
And the Uber driver messages me. He's like, "Oh, do you have a tour booked?" And I'm like, "All right, this guy, he's gonna try."
sell us
Yeah,
something.
because we already looked ahead of time, and you can rent the entire boat. They have a fixed price for 750 pesos, which is like 35 bucks. Or you can buy a single seat for like 100 pesos. I think we talked about this last time. And so he's messaging me like, "Hey, like, do you have a tour booked?" And I was like, "No, we're just gonna do like the single seat thing." And he was like, "Oh, well, just want to let you know that doesn't start till 2 p.m. And I was like, "Okay, cool. We'll just go ahead and book a boat, when we get there."
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking this guy's just trying to, get his little commission,
Like, let me hook you up with my guy.
Yeah, I know a guy. So I think that's what I'm thinking. Turns out the driver is from Xochimilco. He's lived there his entire life. So he knows everything about the area. And so in our Uber ride, he was just, and I'm glad he told us that because we didn't know.
Yeah.
And he, there's another thing you can do with the boats, and it has a little sign on the front, and they'll have different names of the boats or whatever, but you can also have them customized to say something. So he messages this guy and set it up to say, Feliz cumpleaños, Alexis.
Yep.
Does that say, or did it say Felicidades?
Said Feliz Cumple.
Oh,
Alexis.
cumple. Yeah.
Alexis.
Yeah.
So that was awesome.
Yeah, super cool. So he's like, "Oh, this is free,"
Yeah.
and
like nothing's free in Mexico. What do you mean?
yeah. So, so that was really nice of him.
Very
to get that all set up and set us up with a boat and everything. So when we got there, we didn't have to like figure out and get hassled and stuff because it was kind of one of those situations.
He was so nice the entire ride. He was giving us trivia and just, this over here as we're passing and that over there.
Yeah, like that mound. He was like, "Oh, those are some Aztec ruins. It's a small pyramid. You can't see it from this side, but if you go to the other side, you can see like the front-facing excavated side."
He was so nice.
Yeah.
He made us feel much more comfortable. And then he got us those treats on the way.
Yeah, I looked up pepitorias.
Pepitorias?
Pepitorias. They're like he said
Ooh,
it's like the treat, or like it's not like a candy really, but it's like a treat for people from Xochimilco, and it's like kind of this big wafer. It looks like a fan.
Yeah, it does.
It's
They're
like,
really pretty.
It's like a big wafer or a half a wafer basically, because they fold it in half, and it's made out of just I think like cornmeal or whatever, but then they put like pumpkin seeds or honey and just different seeds and stuff on it, and it's okay. I mean, like,
I liked it. It was kind of bland, but
if I grew up not eating American candy, I probably would think it was like delicious, but it wasn't sweet enough for me.
I liked it. He gave us one. It was like honey and pumpkin seeds, like you said, and the other one was like chocolate and pecans and some little kind of sesame seeds on there. Right up my alley. I was like, oh, it's a sweet treat and it feels kind of healthy at the same time.
Yeah. But he bought them for us and like wasn't asking for money or anything like that. He was like, "I just want you to try." So we knew this guy wasn't trying to scam us. He was just so proud of his heritage and his culture that he wanted to set us up with a good boat, make it customized for your birthday. He wanted to give us the treat of his people and stuff. So just super nice guy.
And as soon as we got there and he passed us off, he was like, "Here, this is my cousin. He's going to take care of you." We're like, "Does your whole family work here? This is amazing." He was the best Uber driver we could have ever got for this situation.
Oh, for sure.
It was great.
And so so he sets us up. He's like, "All right, I'm gonna hand you off to my cousin." He took care of us, got us on the boat and everything. And we take off, and it's a fucking party.
It's a party.
So we have a boat. If you see our pictures, the boat is like, it holds 20 people.
Yeah.
And it's just you and I.
We're just like, "Hey." And our driver, Carlos, is just like, "What do you want to do?" We're like, "Just keep going."
Yeah. So there's, there's just all types of things going on. On the banks, there's little restaurants and shops, and there's boats and, like boats with food, and then like little trinkets. You got a flower crown.
Oh yeah, I saw it on a YouTube video, and that was one of the first things I wanted to get. They were real dried flowers. It smelled so good. As soon as I saw that little boat pull up, I'm like, "I need one of those.
Yes.
I need one." It's like 150 pesos.
Yeah.
Amazing. Great deal.
Oh yeah, so yeah, and then nobody bothered us for the crowns for the rest of the time because
Nope.
we'd already bought one. So
Yes.
fun fact, do that.
Yeah. Buy all the things in it.
You can also bring your own beer. So we bought a disposable, like a bag cooler.
Yeah.
We brought a bunch of beer and ice and everything. So we're just drinking our beers. There's guys pulling up in their little boats trying to sell us stuff. And we're like, we're good.
We're good. Thank you.
But you can get a like mariachi band, and they do like norteña music. There's like 5 different types of music that they can play, and there's different prices. So it's all very standardized.
They have the little like marimba guys.
Yeah.
The little bing, 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 bing.
Oh yeah, the little like xylophone kind of
thing.
guys. Yeah.
Everybody's on a boat, and I love the mariachi boats because there's a few in a mariachi band, and they're just sitting on these tinier little boats, just going by. Like, what do you want a song?
And the vendors just pop from boat to boat.
Yeah,
like they're
just walking across the wall.
Right when we got on, this other guy jumps on our boat and he has this big like briefcase thing, and he opens it up and he's trying to sell us jewelry or whatever.
Oh yeah, bunch of silver, really pretty stuff, but like $50 a pop.
But along the banks we see there's like somebody with a giant boa constrictor that pay to get a picture with. There was a girl in a boat with a fucking eagle or a hawk or something that you could pay. I mean, there was just a little bit of everything. There was people with like Mexican street corn, tacos, and they're gonna fucking grill it for you from their little boat right there.
Right there.
Man, just all kinds of things. But we're on this thing for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
So I start thinking and feeling, I'm like, where do people go to the bathroom? Because
I've been drinking some beer.
Yeah, I've been drinking some beer. And some of the little kind of shops and restaurants that you could pull over to the side to. And these aren't like really set up restaurants or shops. It's like somebody's backyard. Like these are all homes that are all along there.
It kind of looks like the canals in Florida that everyone's, like you're saying, their backyard backs up to it, and you can just, stop at each one. Some of them had bathrooms, thank God.
Yeah, and it's like 10 pesos or something a person? It's
I
like
looked at our
50 cents.
driver. I'm like, baños, we need them.
Yeah, so
pull us over.
Yeah, that was great. It would. I had a fantastic time with you. I mean, we had a great time.
Yeah.
I think it would be fun to do it again with a bunch of friends.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But it was nice to be by ourselves because I don't think we got hassled as much because we didn't have 50 people on our boat, and the vendors are like, I don't want to sell to 2 Americans. I want to sell to like 20 people.
True.
Or something,
I would take a lot of friends back there. I think it'd be so much more fun. There were people on their boats, with all their friends playing huge speakers and music and dancing on the front of the boat. I was scared to even walk to the front and take photos, but they're dancing and carrying on and having a good time. I will say we probably got the best photos because no one was on our boat.
Right?
But
Yeah.
next
We don't have like fucking Mama Coco in the background, like picking her nose or something.
Yeah, like 20 other people we don't know in my birthday photo. Like, hey.
Yeah, so yeah, it was
that was nice.
But definitely recommend going to Xochimilco, and if you're wondering, it's spelled Xochimilco.
Oh, good job.
So it starts with an X if you see that.
It's like a spelling bee. Xochimilco.
Yeah. Can you use it in a sentence? Country of origin?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was the morning. We got there. What did we get there? Like 10:30, 11 maybe?
Yeah.
Probably about 11.
So
about
early.
1, we were kind of feeling it out. There is a Six Flags in Mexico City. And we didn't realize this.
Had no idea.
It's been there since 1980.
Yeah.
And we looked it up, and it's like $35 to get in. So we're like, fuck, duh. Like, I don't even know how much Six Flags is in the U.S. anymore, but I'm just thinking about like Disney and Busch Gardens, how it's like over $100, So, so we're like, fuck, if we have time, let's just do it. Even if we just go on a few roller coasters, it's worth the money,
And it was convenient because it was south.
Yeah, it was south part of Mexico City. But one of the concerns I had ahead of time was, okay, so to Xochimilco, I'm bringing my drone, my 360 camera. We have the beers and everything. So my concern was, what do we do with this stuff after we leave Xochimilco going to Six Flags?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, they have lockers and stuff there. And I say, yes, they do have lockers there. But most of the times at amusement parks, the lockers are not inside or outside of the park. They're inside the park.
True.
So,
but what do you do if you don't drive there?
That's our conundrum,
That's not my problem.
Welcome to our world.
That's their problem.
So, I don't know. For some reason, we're just like, oh, whatever, fuck it. We'll figure it out, which is not like us. We usually have something planned.
Yeah.
And I did look at a stasher location, so I think I did have a backup. But,
there you go.
so we get there and, we took an Uber there. So we have our bag of beers.
Yes.
We had like 4 or 5 beers left.
Yeah.
And we have a joint and my drone, 360 camera with on the selfie stick. We got, a little bag with our clothes and stuff in it for dinner because we weren't going home between all of this.
Yeah, we had to.
So we chug a beer in the parking lot, and then I pee behind a car in the parking lot too because no outside bathrooms either.
You really had to go, and the line was kind of long. So I was like, just go over there somewhere. I'm like, really?
So I was like, okay, so what do we do now? So you and I chug a beer in the parking lot, and for some reason, I don't know, like we were watching people going in, and they were kind of searching bags, but they weren't. And we're like, I don't know, let's just fucking figure it out. So
kind of lax.
So you have one of those like insulated bags from the gas station that has our beers in it. I have my backpack with my drone and my 360 camera and selfie stick and everything in there. And then I go, so we go into the line, and in the line, we realize, there's it's like the airport. There's like metal detectors, and you have to put it through the machine and everything.
I thought people were going straight in. They're like, you have to go over there now. We're like, oh.
Yeah. So we're like, fuck, what do we do? So we're like, all right, let's just fucking wing it. Sometimes they never have like said anything about my drone, like going through the airport.
Yeah.
Like almost never do they stop me with it. So I was like, all right, whatever. So we go through the security, and our bags are coming out, and this lady comes over to us, and she's saying something, and we weren't really sure what she was saying exactly. And you go, Drona?
I was like, the Drona?
Yeah, and I was like, shut the fuck up.
But then she said something to where I was like, oh, the selfie stick? And she's like, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to figure out what selfie stick is in Spanish, because that's what she was asking us.
Yeah,
apparently.
well, she was going like this or something.
I was like, well, we might have to go in the back room, maybe get a locker.
She did something. I was like, oh, okay, is this what you mean? She's like, yes, no selfie stick. I'm like, what the?
So I pulled the selfie stick out of my bag. She takes us over to I thought she was going to have it. She's like, can you take it to your car? I was like, we don't have a car.
Yeah, we were like,
took
Uber,
an Uber. Yeah.
Sorry.
She takes us to the front desk,
Dumb
like the, what is that called?
Like the concierge desk, ticket desk.
Yeah.
Front desk.
Yeah.
Customer service.
Hospitality, whatever. Yeah, so we go over there, and they give us a little ticket. They take our selfie stick and let us continue on our way. So we brought in my drone, 360 camera, a joint, lighter, and 4 beers. We brought in 4 fucking cans of Victoria.
They were like, it's just Victoria.
Into the place.
What the heck?
Yeah, I have no idea. So
you could bring your beers in, but no selfie sticks.
Yeah, selfie sticks? Nope.
What?
Not having it.
I was like, selfie sticks are still a problem?
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah, so, I don't know. Well, I guess it makes sense on amusement parks because some people try to like hold them up like on the roller coaster, and then it hits the fucking pole across the thing.
You can't do that.
When selfie sticks became popular, they outlawed them at amusement parks real quick. And that's probably what happened or why.
I do remember in Disney, because we lived in Florida at the time, and they were like banning selfie sticks everywhere, and everyone's freaking out because they can't have their selfie stick.
Remember when they became really popular? First, it was just like Asian tourists that used them, and then
like, that's weird.
And then we all were like, oh, this is really actually helpful, So then they became super fucking popular. Everybody sold them, and then everybody banned them.
Oh yeah. Now you just have a tripod stick thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But the roller coasters were amazing.
Some of the best roller coasters, and we love roller coasters that I've been on in a long time. Really good.
For sure. Yeah, we went on like 4 or 5 roller coasters. It's set up very similar to the U.S. amusement parks where there's like different kind of areas. Like there was like a Western village area, and there was like France, and then there was a Mexico kind of area, and all the food vendors were really good. It was funny though, because they were kind of more Mexico centric, so you could get like churros and tacos al pastor and what is Mexican street corn and stuff. But they had other hamburgers and hot dogs and all that really good stuff. But so one of the things I thought was interesting in line for one of the roller coasters, it had your general no smoking, you can't wear your hat on the roller coaster or whatever like that. But there was one, and it had a bunch of little symbols, like a money sign and a pound sign and a percent sign and everything. Yeah. And I was reading it, and no profanity. I was like, I've never seen a sign for no profanity at an amusement park.
I'm shocked I didn't get kicked out because I was screaming my face off with profanities while I was on these roller coasters.
Oh yeah, but I mean, but all the rides were great.
I think that's really nice for them to actually say, like, try and keep. There's kids here.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all like Marvel themed and Looney Tunes.
Yeah, they
and
did
all
have the
that.
Marvel stuff.
Yeah, so there's kids. I didn't see a lot of kids. There were definitely kids there, but it wasn't a lot.
Yeah.
It was kind of like teenagers and up that when we went.
Well, to be fair, we are also going on the roller coasters
True.
and the kiddie rides that we saw.
Yeah.
There were a lot of kids on
We
there.
weren't in the teacups and stuff.
Yeah. But just like the U.S., a couple of them broke down.
Yeah.
You know, like you sitting in line for about 20 minutes and then they're like, oh, sorry, folks, you know, we got to fix this.
I
Or,
know,
just
we're
go-
like-
or one of them was it like was the first one, the Superman ride.
Yeah.
That one broke down, but then they got it working again or whatever.
We
so
waited.
we waited for that one. And then I think one of the Batman rides,
Yeah.
they were just like, we're closing it for the day. You know, we're
Yeah,
not
there were
gonna do it.
so many people in line. They all looked pissed off. And I'm like, take that as a blessing in disguise. You
Yeah.
don't know what was going to happen. We're leaving.
So yeah, Six Flags is great. I highly recommend it if you're there and you're just looking for something else to do.
Yeah.
Like we probably, if we're going on another trip, we probably wouldn't have done it, but we don't have any amusement parks in our state.
Yeah,
so,
I miss doing, like, we love Busch Gardens in Florida. I miss I just like the roller coasters. That's all I want.
Yeah, because we used to do that beer, bourbon, and barbecue at Busch Gardens.
Yeah, I miss
and that was the best. It was like a beer fest with barbecue, and you could ride roller coasters and see the animals and stuff. That's what we did for your birthday like 10 years ago.
Yeah, I think I did that at 30. I think it
Yeah.
was my 30th birthday
I
there
think
with
so.
some friends. Just bringing it back around.
Yep. And so yeah, so we leave. And then we drank our beers in there,
We did.
and then
Nobody bothered us.
Nobody bothered us, and we smoked a little of our joint in there.
I think we were the only white people there too.
I
Though.
think so.
So they're probably like, they're just dumb tourists.
Yeah,
Let them do what they
exactly.
want.
That's the great thing about looking like a tourist is you can act like a tourist.
True.
You're like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know.
I didn't know. Yeah.
Sorry.
Take my selfie stick.
Moose should have told you outside. Yeah. So we leave Six Flags.
Yep.
And we're completing our tour for Alexis's birthday,
Mhm.
and we start heading back up to the middle of the city. And the next stop was the Hello Kitty Chateau.
Yes, I am 41.
See, you keep saying that, but like
I
I think Hello Kitty is one of those things that it doesn't. You like the things that adults are allowed to like
Yeah.
the Snoopy stuff, Hello Kitty, like those are kind of
I think it's a classic. It's timeless.
Right.
You can, no matter what age, you can love Hello Kitty. You can love Snoopy. You can,
yeah. Like if you're a big, I don't know, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan or something, I'd be like, all right, weirdo.
Well, I am. I
Yeah.
mean, that was our
Like,
age.
duh,
That was our age group.
My nickname is Donatello.
Yeah. Weird.
Shut up, Raphael. But yeah, I think it's one of those things that it's not as weird as maybe you may have felt like.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't know any of my other friends that would go to Hello Kitty. Well, actually, I did get some messages.
You
from
got
my
lots of
friends that were
messages.
like, where did you go? Where did you find that? It was amazing, and I just want to thank you for going there with me and being such a good sport
Hey,
because it was amazing.
Just like I said on Instagram, just a couple gals drinking coffee, eating desserts, with our little Hello Kitty thingies.
I love that you were okay with. We're like, we'll go there, have some coffee and dessert before dinner.
Yeah, we did reverse it.
We did, which is fine.
Yeah, but super cool. So there's like 3 Hello Kitty cafes there, but this one is the Chateau,
the
and
big one.
and it's like a big mansion, and it's kind of like I don't know. It felt like we're in like France or something. We're like
Yeah.
at like a coffee place, but
Chateau.
but it's like it's covered with stained glass.
Yeah.
So we go in there and they ask if any special occasion.
She asked me like 40 questions.
I know. So you need my blood type, my
Oh,
firstborn.
Oh, by the end when she was like, like what else you got? What else do you need? A blood sample? What are we doing here?
Yeah, it was a lot.
I just want some coffee.
Yeah, so you can order food there, but we just got a dessert and you got a coffee.
I got a cappuccino.
Cappuccino.
And it had the cutest little Hello Kitty face and cinnamon on it.
Yeah,
It was so
mine did
cute.
too.
Ah.
My pumpkin cocoa.
Yeah,
What
I
was
did
it?
like a pumpkin spice hot chocolate. Or
chocolate,
something.
yeah.
It was so good. I
Yeah.
wish I would have got that.
Yeah, it was really good. And then all the little Hello Kitty employees, which are like men and women wearing little cat ears,
They have little headbands on with the little cat ears.
came out and sang you happy birthday.
Oh my gosh. I was like, I just want the crown. You don't have to sing happy birthday. And the guy looked at me and was like, well, and you're like, no.
I was like, no, do it.
Sing. I was like, it's okay. Go ahead, sing. He was like, yay.
Yeah, and it wasn't like normal happy birthday. It was like hello Kitty.
They're like, hello, kitty.
Yeah.
And then they do this. I don't know what they were singing or what they were saying, but it was so cute. I was bright red, like, oh my God.
Oh, it was great. It was great. I had a good time there. I mean, it was just like cool to see the theme. It felt very Disney-esque.
Yeah.
You know, very
Everything was pink and gold
right.
and sparkly and flowers everywhere.
And then when we checked in, or like, you know, got our reservation, or not reservation, but got our table, the lady was like, "Oh, would you like to do the tour for?" It was like 300 pesos more. And I was like, "We're like, no, we're okay." But we see all these different rooms and stuff like upstairs and everything. And so after we got done eating, we ate our little dessert and they, you know, made it all Hello Kitty looking. We go upstairs, and this is where playing the dumb white tourist works out great.
Again,
we're taking videos and pictures of the thing, and then this lady comes out and she's like trying to speak to us, and then we go, huh? You know, just played completely dumb.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Yeah.
What am I
knew
doing?
what she was saying,
Yeah.
but she was basically asking if we had reservations for the tour.
Yeah.
And we're like, "Oh no, we just got done eating," and you know, her English wasn't great, so it helped us more. And I was like, "Could we just take a couple pictures
Take a
and
photo?
yeah,
It's
take
my
some photos?"
birthday.
Yeah. And she was like, "Okay,
Cumpleaños.
no video, only photo." I'm like, "I'm taking video, bitch."
You're like, I've
Oh,
already took
I don't
video.
get what the video thing is. Like, remember
Yeah.
when we went to Antelope Canyon in Arizona?
Yeah.
And they were like, "You can take pictures, but not video." It's like,
So,
does it matter?
Like, I'm going to go replicate the Antelope Canyon somewhere?
yeah, like I'm building one in my backyard.
Or maybe they think people won't come there just because the video, but the video doesn't even do it justice.
Yeah.
With anything.
And it wasn't like they were selling videos, you know. It was just like
maybe
you
they were. I don't
yeah,
know.
but yeah. So that was weird. But
The Hello Kitty thing was awesome. It was kind of weird because they, like you said, they had these different rooms. One room, it was like Hello Kitty's birthday, and she had all her friends there, and that's the one I saw online. I was like, I need a picture with that Hello
Yeah.
Kitty. But I thought, in like another room, she was sleeping. They have like her bedroom with like bunk beds and whoever else. I don't know the names of the other ones. There's like a penguin and a dog, and apparently Hello Kitty's not even a kitty. I don't know.
yeah.
But I thought Hello Kitty would be there. I thought she'd be in like a soft costume like we saw at Six Flags. I thought she'd be there kind
It would
of
make sense.
walking around, or just make it maybe a guest appearance here and there certain times of the day. I didn't see her at all.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, we got there at like 7 o'clock or something. So maybe they do have it like at certain hours, or maybe you got to pay to go see like Hello Kitty
yeah,
in
maybe
person.
she's up there sometimes.
Because it's kind of a Disney type money grab, you know, like the gift shop. Well, how much was that shirt you were looking
It
at?
was like $45 for an oversized T-shirt.
Yeah, and it wasn't even like that cool or anything,
Yeah.
right?
And that was my other thing. So, I mean, I loved it there. It was a great experience. The gift shop was lacking. I thought, oh, I'm going to get some, like, I'm going to have to hold back my Hello Kitty merchandise purchase because they're going to have like stickers and magnets and candies and all these different things and headbands with her ears on them. There was just like tote bags and T-shirts and little candies.
Hey, this ain't Chuck E. Cheese.
I know.
Like they're going.
Take my tickets.
I mean, it wasn't a cheap place. They're going for the ritzy kids.
True.
That's why they had like jewelry in glass cases
They
and
did.
you know different things that were like jewel encrusted and stuff. Like it was
high end.
it was
Hello Kitty
horde
merch.
Hello Kitty.
I ain't buying none of that. But it was great.
And you're in the chateau. They ain't selling fucking markers.
True.
Yeah.
Maybe the other one would have something.
Yeah,
like
maybe.
that.
We'll have to go
the
back.
lowbrow Hello Kitty cafe.
Yeah.
That's what I need.
Yeah.
Where your little erasers I'm never
Yeah.
going to use and pens with sparkles on
Yeah,
them.
we're going to like the knockoff one, like
Yeah.
Hola Gato.
Oh, yes. Or a cup.
Or gatito.
So everything they gave me there, I took with me. I have my little birthday crown with the cat ears on it, the napkin with her face on it. I
Yeah,
took
I'm taking the shit.
the little thing that was in our dessert. I took that too.
Yeah, that's
It's-
right.
It said happy birthday.
I'll never do anything with it, but I'm keeping it.
It's in my nightstand. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah,
with it.
same
But I
here.
was like, I'm taking this shit.
Yeah, so that was fun. We just got a dessert and a coffee and everything.
And the dessert was good. It was like some strawberry
Yeah.
fluffiness.
It wasn't 220 pesos good, but
No.
I thought that was going to be the free one.
We
like,
thought-
for your birthday. It was
Nate's like, no, this is your favorite, or your free birthday gift or whatever. And then we're waiting. I'm like, no, this is our dessert we
well,
ordered.
the free birthday gift was the tray with your name written in chocolate on it
Yeah,
that you
with-
couldn't eat.
But you ate it.
I ate the A. Fuck them. I'm getting it for free.
We're taking everything we paid for.
Yeah. And then after that, we went to have a pre-dinner beer
Yes.
at one of our favorite breweries, Principia.
Principia. Love their
Um,
beers. All of them.
And this is tough for me because I love Principia and I love
it.
Morenos. They're my two favorite breweries. but they have the worst service at their tap rooms.
They're just almost like
we're bothering
they're
them.
cranky.
Yeah.
I don't know why. You have an amazing product and people want it, but you're like,
Every time we go there, I go there every time.
Yeah.
They're dicks to me every time, and I go back every time because their beer's good.
I
If their beer
know.
sucked, I'd be like, fuck you guys.
I will say Marinos was better this time than
Right.
the first and second time we went there. The third time they were much better and more lively. Principia has been
They're always dicks.
always
They
cranky.
So we walk in, it's like 8:00. Oh, we thought it was closed.
Yeah.
Almost all the lights were off. There's no music on or
No one
anything.
was in there.
And it was just two of them, and they look like,
Yeah.
okay, sit down. They closed at 10, so they were still open for another 2 hours.
Yeah, we're like, oh, sorry, when you close? They're like 10. We're like, oh, okay, you got 2
Yeah.
hours.
So we ordered a beer.
Yeah.
They told us they didn't have it, and then
Mhm.
they came back and said they had it
Yep.
when she checked because she didn't know what they fucking had.
Yeah.
And then
Strike one.
you go to the restroom
Yeah.
and then come out, and then I go to the restroom, and I just go to the restroom. I go in. There's nobody in this fucking bar. We're the only ones.
Yeah.
I come out, and the waitress is looking at me, and I'm thinking she's about to tell me they don't have my beer.
Yeah.
And I was like, excuse me? And
Yeah.
she was like, that is the women's.
Yeah.
And I
She's
was
like,
like,
who cares?
oh, yeah. I was like, fuck, I didn't know. Like,
Yeah.
I thought it was like one of the it was just, some of the bars are unisex bathrooms.
Exactly.
It's just a bathroom in there with a sink, and you close the door and whatever. Apparently there's two, and, I couldn't see the other one behind the fucking kitchen.
Yeah.
Uh,
I will say.
But it was like, you sat there to be a dick to me. There's nobody in here. I'm the only person that's going to tip you. And you sat there to go, that's the women.
She was waiting for you. She
Yeah.
was just like, and I didn't know what she was
Like,
doing, but that was it.
I didn't like shit in the sink or something. Like, what
Right.
did she think I was doing in there?
And to be fair, every bathroom we went to the whole weekend we were there were unisex bathrooms, like you're saying. There was no separation. They were all one thing. I think
Exactly.
there was one other brewery. I think Falling Piano had separate. No, they didn't
No,
even have separate. They were all unisex.
Yeah, they were same. Yeah,
So
fuck 'em.
you were just like on autopilot, like, oh, whatever,
Yeah.
unisex bathrooms.
So we had one. We were gonna have two beer there. I said no, we're gonna get one.
Nope.
Fuck you guys. So we had one.
Yeah.
Walked over to the restaurant that you'd picked out. It was a Brazilian steakhouse.
I love it. I love this so much because you were looking at restaurants and I didn't really agree to any of them. And then I looked at restaurants and we both had one of the same ones on our list.
Yes.
And that was it.
Yes.
And it was delicious.
It was. Oh my god. And it was fairly cheap too. I think it was like again like $25 a person, which is pretty good for an all you can eat Brazilian steakhouse.
I think we saw online it was 700 and some pesos and we thought that was the deal, but when we got the check it was like 500 and some pesos
Yeah.
each. Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Yeah. Super. Yeah. Good. Great deal. Great
It
deal.
was a wonderful ending to a long day of drinking and doing other things and not eating so much. So that was great. The best service. They loved us that we were there. The salad bar was awesome. The meat was amazing. It was so good.
Yeah. The weird thing though was the salad
Always.
the salad bar was, but the rolls, they brought out a tray and it was 3 little rolls
It was
which
like-
were
It
delicious,
was like a little canoe tray.
and they brought and it had 3 French fries on it.
Yeah.
Like just 3, and one of them was like the crispy brown one, and
3 like crinkle fries and 3 little rolls.
Yeah, I
no
don't know.
butter, no ketchup, no.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
We didn't eat the fries.
No, I ate the rolls though. They were good.
They were really
Yeah.
good.
And then so
There's always something weird
Yeah.
to every Mexico adventure.
yeah, I was like, what is this? Why are we doing
A
this?
little different.
So that was your birthday dinner, and then we ended the night by going back to our second place that we checked into, because that was the other thing. We had to check out at our old hotel that day, so we brought actually in the morning we brought our bags to the new hotel.
Oh yeah, thank
Yeah.
God they let us store
Yeah.
our bags
So
there.
we get back there and we go up to the roof and sit in the hot tub, and for a city of 22 million people, it was crickets.
So quiet.
It was so quiet, sitting in this big fucking hot tub.
It was
end of the
Sunday
night-
night. It's like everyone was like zip.
End of the night, so perfect day.
It was a perfect day.
Yeah, it was a good time. We did a lot. I can't believe all that
No.
we did.
And I didn't die.
No,
It was great. I had
It
a
was
great
great,
time.
yeah.
I was still standing by the end of the night.
yeah, we were.
And the hot tub was perfect because I was sore from walking and doing
Yeah,
all the
true.
things all day. So it
Yeah,
was so nice.
Yeah, it was great.
It was so
But yeah,
hot.
that steakhouse was good. We ate so much good food there.
So much.
I mean, I didn't even say in the morning, there was a street taco guy right across from our hotel, so we just got a
Torta.
torta for fuck, what was it? 50 pesos or something like that?
Yeah, 50
like
pesos.
$2, $2.50.
I can't even remember what meat I got. The alambre?
Yeah.
Oh, that when it had like peppers and pineapples, and he loaded me up with all the stuff. Oh my God, it was so good.
Yeah. Amazing bakeries in Mexico City. We got some really good, I don't even know what you got, like a cinnamon roll thing.
Yeah.
I got like some raspberry circle jerk thing. I don't even know what the fuck it is.
They were both delicious
Yeah.
though.
Like I said, that barbecue we got the first night.
Mhm.
And then this pizza place, what's it called? Perro del Negro or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
This pizza place, they do like these funky pizzas, and oh my God, it's our favorite.
You found them last time.
Yeah.
And then we had to go back.
We got a half buffalo chicken and half al pastor. Buffalo. So yeah, half of it like buffalo chicken and hot sauce on it. The other half had like lime wedges and the al pastor pork meat. Pineapple. Yeah. Oh, so good. So
good. My buffalo chicken pizza had like, it was like a ranch mixture base as like my sauce, but it also had sauce. I don't know. And celery all over it. What I crave about Mexico City is the food. That's every time. If you're like, let's go back next weekend, I'm in because I know I'm gonna have great food.
Yeah.
It's impossible to not there.
Yeah.
Street food or
It's like,
fancy Argentinian steakhouse and everything in between.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
it's like going to New York or Chicago. They're just like, you could never eat at all the places.
Yeah.
They're amazing cuisine, from super expensive fine dining to $2 tortas on the street. Like, just everything's delicious.
Everything's quality.
And then see the last day, Monday.
Mondays.
Yeah, because your birthday was on Sunday.
Yep.
Monday, we decided not to we were kind of contemplating go to Puebla that day. We decided not to. We decided to relax, and we did the hop-on, hop-off bus tour.
Yes, the toury bus.
Yeah, the toury bus.
Yes.
I would say, and I've talked about these before, we did one in, was it Guadalajara we did that? I've done it in Belgium, like all over. Do a hop-on and hop-off bus tour. It is.
Love it.
So you might feel a little touristy, but to sit on a double-decker bus on the top and not have to drive or be fucking panicked or like, oh, I got to turn here or whatever.
Yeah.
You can just look everywhere. They have headphones, and they, in 9 languages, it'll tell you about the history of the area. Totally worth it.
Oh yeah, and it was all people from all walks of life there too. It wasn't just Americans.
Yeah, we did. We saw the World Trade Center for Mexico. What else? Just the different neighborhoods. They tell you the history about it. We went to Frida Kahlo's house. Took some pictures there. We went to the Coyoacan market, and we bought
so cool.
We bought some little trinkets there, and they have food and vegetables, and it's just it's like a supermarket, like old school supermarket, I guess.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Just never ending, winding aisles of stuff.
Yeah.
Everything you could want, from like brooms to food to magnets to clothes, everything.
And then it's just awesome. But yeah, I love the bus tours. It was about the same price as an Uber, but we got to ride it around and learn about things. So,
Yeah, I
super
liked
cool.
it, especially a couple of the neighborhoods that we have been in before. And we've noticed these buildings are different things, but we didn't know about them. So this forces you to actually learn about it.
Exactly.
It's really nice.
Then we took an Uber back up near Chinatown, to the place where I know that is a free zone that sells weed.
Yes.
And I bought.
They moved.
They did. I bought a joint from a lady with face tattoos.
She was a badass chica.
Yeah, they were. Everybody's there smoking weed.
Everyone.
And they have a little stand. They have some brownies and stuff. But the sign says, "We don't sell any weed. Don't ask for it."
Yeah.
I don't know
like,
why.
No weed. We don't sell weed. Don't ask for weed. We're just like, but everyone here, it smells like weed.
Yeah. And this one Mexican guy is selling some to this other guy, and I go up to him and ask him for a chorrito, which is a joint.
Little joint.
And he was like, "Oh no!" And then he's like, asked the face tattoo lady, and she's like, "Okay, yeah." And so she gives me one for like 50 pesos, like $2.50.
She's like, "Enjoy it, Chicos." We're like, "Oh shit, what'd she just give us?"
Right. And then, so we go over to Chinatown, and we were going to eat Chinese food there that night. And we were so tired, we just went home and ordered Chinese food.
I was done. We were like taking notes, like, let's order from them.
Yeah.
So tired.
Yeah.
Especially because our flight was super early the next day.
Yes, super early.
I don't want to be out late.
Yeah. So our flight was at 6 a.m. So we had to leave the the hotel at 4 a.m.
I have a complaint for my travel agent.
Oh, well, you should talk to yourself, because I asked you if you wanted to leave late at night or early in the morning. Those are the only two options for the flights back to Cancun.
True.
And you picked the early one.
I did. The other one was like landing at 1 a.m. in Cancun, and I don't want to have to deal with getting back in the dark, which would have been fine. I should have picked that one. I regret it. I'll never do it again.
But we had a 6 a.m. flight. So we had to leave the hotel at 4 a.m. So we're up. We got up at 3. We're getting ready. We got all our stuff packed and everything. I call the Uber a couple minutes away. He messaged me, says, "Hey, I'm downstairs." We go downstairs, and this place has maybe like at like 10 or 11, they have a security guard that has to let you in and out of the building just for security.
Buzzes you in.
Yeah. We go down there. He's behind the front desk. He is passed the fuck out.
He's out.
Yeah. I mean, it's 3:45, 4 in the morning.
Sure.
But still, it's your fucking job.
I mean, you should be awake,
yeah.
but it's okay.
So
I walked in.
We're like, "Hey, amigo.
Yeah.
And then you start trying to get a hold of him.
Yeah, you're looking at me like yell or something. I'm like, amigo. I didn't want to scare him so that he'd wake up and then scare the shit out of me, and I'd be like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." So we're just like, "Hello, amigo," tapping on the counter, and
this
yelling.
guy is out. At one point, you and I were both banging on the counter.
Oh yeah,
Just
and we're both yelling,
screaming at this guy,
clapping, whistling.
I thought we were gonna wake up the rest of the building. This guy didn't budge.
I thought he was dead.
Yeah, because I told you to go over. I was like, maybe you go poke him, because I don't want to. As a guy, I don't want to freak him out, and be over him when he woke up.
I lean my little arm over the thing, and I'm like, I push him once, and he kind of, moves a little, and I'm like, I think he's dead.
Yeah,
really
so I'm like, so I'm just thinking, I can't deal with this right now. We need to go to the airport. Like, I tried to get you to press the button. You thought you saw the button.
Yeah,
it didn't work.
That
or something.
wasn't the button. It was like a light. I'm like, damn it. And I thought it was right there beside him. So you're like, push him again. So I'm like pushing him again. Like, please don't freak out. And he wakes up so nicely. He's just like, hola, and then and pushes the button. He's like, adios. I'm like he was just having the best dream ever, just all calm and whatever. We're just like, what the fuck?
He's like, I had this dream that everybody was clapping for me.
Yes,
it's on stage.
Jesus, we're like, bye, thank you. Oh my God.
Yeah,
it probably happens a lot.
Yeah, probably. But imagine if we were banging on the counter right in front of him.
Yeah, clapping.
Imagine if we were outside of the apartment trying to get into the building.
Oh no,
you would be stuck out there all night.
You would be.
Yeah,
I think there's a little buzzer thing, but still, I don't think he would have heard that.
No, he would not have heard it.
He was watching like YouTube or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it was bad. But we finally got got the fuck out of our hotel.
Yeah, we were freaking out.
Yeah, we get to the airport, and they always ask you. For some reason, it seemed like they were doing like a security sweep or something.
There
like
was something going on.
There was a lot of people there. They were being a lot more intense. And
they were making us take our jackets off and everything. No shoes, but usually they don't care about extra layer.
I don't really remember, but they as usual they always say no electronics.
Yeah.
So to me that's usually cell phone, tablet, laptop. Yeah,
like pull it out, set it there.
I have like my 360 camera that's this big, my drone that's this big, whatever, like just those types of small electronic, GoPro or something.
500 cords.
Yeah. Nobody ever says anything about that. Of course, this time they say that and they pull me aside. I'm in line to get searched. They're searching the lady in front of me. They're swabbing her hands. They're doing all that. And then they come to me and they just like kind of look at me and then they go to the next bag.
Yeah.
And so I look at you. I was like, let's get the fuck out of here. Because I figured it was my drone that they saw, but I've never been stopped before. And I don't really know the laws with traveling with drone. I know you can, but I think technically the law, you can't fly a drone in Mexico unless you're a Mexican citizen.
Ooh,
nobody really like cracks down on that, but I'm like, of course the airport security might do that. So I was like, I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we just fucking left.
Yeah.
And they didn't, like, it was just such a clusterfuck. They didn't even say anything.
They were looking at us like, why are you here? We're like, okay, bye. We're out of here.
Yeah. So, so then we got on a plane and fucking took off and got back here by 9:20 a.m.
It was the fastest I think we've ever got to our destination, got off the damn plane. We didn't have bags. Yeah. We got right out of the airport because we were domestic flight. So it was wonderful.
Oh, yeah. It was great. You're like, what do we have to do? Do we have to go through this or that? I was like, No, we're not flying internationally because we're used to going through Cancun and going to the U.S. to go see our family.
My
and stuff.
passport, my ID, and firstborn, and immigration, and all this shit.
We didn't need any of that. So
No.
it was great.
It was wonderful. I think we were out and on the ADEO bus back home in like 20 minutes or something.
Yeah.
It was great.
So I do have to say from our last episode, unfortunately, we did not get a new little Poogie.
Oh, I was like, what? What happened? We did not. We really looked.
Yeah. I really looked the whole trip,
Yeah.
and you didn't really start. I kept on showing you a little dog because there's a lot of like rescues there and dogs for adoption and everything. So I was like, what about this one? What about that one? And you really weren't all in until like the very last day.
I know.
And then, of course, there wasn't any like new posts or anything because the other ones, I guess, got adopted or whatever.
I'm like, let's change our flight. And you're
Yeah.
like, there is no flight to change to.
Yeah.
We'd have to buy a whole new flight.
So, and it was just too, like we had talked about last time, some of the issues where once we get a new dog, then we have to take it to the vet and get a travel certificate and, things like that. So it wasn't something we could just do in one day.
Can't just pick up a dog and go.
Yeah. But I will say that I feel like we're looking a little bit more intently now.
Yeah.
I'm looking at more dog places in our area. I started following some rescues in the Yucatan, and in Cancun and stuff. So I feel like it will be coming soon.
Yeah.
So, but we are still looking for dog names. So if you have one,
Yes.
I'm really leaning towards Churro.
I think Churro's the favorite, and then Churrito as the nickname. So I think that's it. I don't know. I'm just hesitant to pull the trigger because of Tiger and all that stuff. So just thinking about that again and then thinking about having a puppy again and shots and flea medicines and vet visits and buying all
it is
these
a
things,
lot.
which I definitely, obviously, we're going to have another dog. We're going to have multiple dogs throughout our lives. I'm never not going to have a dog again. I don't know why I can't pull the trigger.
Well, it's hard because you just even think about little things like, we have plans to go to Cozumel this weekend, or
Bring him.
whatever it is. You're like, we got to figure that out. Or if we go somewhere, in the summer, we have to like kind of plan around that. Having not just a dog that can travel like Tiger did, we would have a young dog that we were still training probably.
Exactly.
So, but I think it'll be good for us. I think it'll make us like settle down a little bit, and because you keep trying to make me go on all these trips and do all these things every fucking weekend.
I
I'm
would
like,
stay home every day with a Poogie.
I just want to stay home and make my Greek salads and watch Golden Girls. And,
oh, it sounds great. Sounds like a wonderful
oh,
day.
good. All right.
I'm in.
Okay.
If that's what you want, I'm in.
Yes.
But we'll keep everybody posted, and we'll definitely get another dog someday. It just has to be the right one. They were all so cute and amazing, but I just wasn't, and I don't know. When I saw Tiger, it was like love at first sight. Like I knew.
And you want to like go and like test drive them or whatever, and I'm like, no, like if
Can I take him for a checkup?
If we're going to somebody's house that is like fostering some pug puppies or whatever, there ain't like trying them out because they're already probably 30-40 minutes away. We're gonna have the little bit of the language barrier. So we have to go get one that we're like going to get unless there's like really something wrong with it.
And I had some messages, people like, why don't you foster first and then see how that feels? And that way you won't feel obligated. Like I'm going to foster a dog and not keep it.
Yeah,
I would definitely
I tried
keep
that.
it.
His name is Pharaoh.
Yes. It will definitely be a foster fail.
Yeah, exactly.
If the dog is coming to my house that doesn't have an owner, he's going to be my dog.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right. Well, we'll keep looking,
Yes.
and hopefully we'll get one, by the summer or something.
Yeah, you never know. My mom said that. She's like, maybe the summer would be a good time.
Yeah.
Maybe.
My birthday.
Yes.
Yeah.
2 puggies.
Yeah, maybe we'll go to China and go find an OG puggy.
A real puggy.
Yeah, and we call him Chopstick.
I don't think we can go there right now.
Or egg roll.
Yeah. Ooh, oh my God, egg roll. We can have a churro and an egg roll.
Yeah.
Done.
And a spring roll.
Get them. Spring
Yeah.
roll. Yes. Churro and spring roll.
Yeah.
I
And
love
maybe
it.
a wonton.
Oh my God.
They have the best names for dogs.
They
All their
do.
food is tiny and delicious.
It is.
Yeah.
Dumpling?
Dumpling?
Oh my God.
Jeez.
Done.
A
Enough.
pot sticker?
Isn't that the same thing?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay. Baby corn?
yeah. Water chestnut?
Oh, that'd be so cute.
Oh, shoot.
You're my one. Okay, enough.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. So China 2025.
Yes.
But anyway, I hope you had a great birthday trip.
I did.
and-
Thank you so much for being my
happy birthday.
travel agent and all the planning.
Yes.
I know I make you crazy with the planning.
No, it's fine. I ended up having a great time. I mean, I knew I would,
Yeah.
but it was a little stressful because I was having a hard time getting you to lock down what the fuck you wanted to do.
I know. For some reason with my birthday, I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to do anything. And then at like last minute, I'm like, let's do all the things.
Yeah. I don't get that. I mean, I know you're kind of like that, but a lot of people are really like that. And I just
Yeah.
don't get that about birthdays because in my head, a birthday is an excuse to go on a trip or have a fucking party or go do something that you don't normally do.
Yeah,
Why would
true.
anybody not want to do that? Like, that's the point of birthdays. Even
I
if it's
don't
just
know.
going out to fucking dinner at a restaurant you don't normally go to. Like, that's what it's for.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And I'm not a very indecisive person. And I don't mind getting older. I don't mind my birthday. I know I'm going to get treats and gifts and have fun and do all these things. So I don't know.
Yeah,
Just
so-
a moody Pisces.
Yeah, I get you. I get you. A little fishy, flaky fishy. All right. But anyway, so if you've been enjoying the podcast, buymeacoffee.com/Hansons on Hiatus. You can buy us some virtual beers if you're loving the stories and the information and you just want to keep this thing going. Appreciate any help you could be. HansonsOnHiatus.com. You can become a monthly fucky supporter.
Yes.
You'd be a little fucky for $1 a month, be a medium fucky for $5 a month, and you can be a big old fucky for $10 a month.
Yes. Thank you to all our fuckies, paid or not paid. We love you.
And HansonsOnHiatus.com, the merch store, the links, everything. It's a one-stop shop.
Yes.
Yeah, so don't forget to like, follow, share, subscribe to Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, iTunes, YouTube Music at Hansons on Hiatus.
We
But
know.
I hope everybody has a great weekend. Happy Friday, fuckers.
Happy Friday, fuckies.
That's it. Thanks for listening. Goodbye for now. Bye.